Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners, and the scorners delight in their scorners, and fools hate knowledge. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Karkadash, the bonds to the apostles, the bonds to the elders of Great Millstone, Reuel, and Tarsus Truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, just preach his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle David for like in the speckled bird, and want to say shalom. So pretty much I got this scripture because, you know, the other day at camp, we met up with a couple of Jakes. You know, they were inquiring what we were talking about. And as we were talking to them, you know, it's like their attention span was just not there all the way. You know, you telling them that there is light, you know, and you had a couple women that were with them, you know, maybe their cousins, family members or something. They looked at us. It was like, you know, they just walked off, you know. Had may have been his mother or something, I don't know. Once again, cousin, she was listening, and then she got distracted and went off, you know. And then you had the younger man, you know, seemed like the Lord was dealing with him. You know, he was asking some questions. But then, you know, eventually these cars went by. Now, they were some nice cars. You know, me and the brother already saw them before we got to camp. You know, hey, there's some nice cars, but, you know, once some cars went by, hey, dudes was out of there, man. You know, the conversation just stopped. You know, hey, we're trying to give them some edification, give them some wisdom. They saw them cars, and they just ran off, man. You know, so how long will you simple ones love simplicity? You know, here we are, we giving you something that can potentially save your life, man. You come into this fold and you truly become a real man, you know, because it seemed like the Lord was dealing with the younger brother, man. He was asking good questions, but the cars went by. Hey, everybody was gone, man. You know, it just goes to show you these people have no excuses. They have no excuse when the Lord comes, when Jacob's trouble pops off. You know, you've been given this wisdom and you took advantage of it. All right. Matter of fact, verse 24, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. The Lord is calling you by his men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways on the chief place of concourse. But you didn't want to get this knowledge, man. You saw them cars and the whole group just ran off. Oh, man, that car ain't going to be worth nothing very, very soon. All right. But ye have said not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. You wouldn't take this reproof, man. Check what's going to happen. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. You see that? And me and the brother was talking about it. He's like, hey, how they just ran off like that? When Jacob's trouble pop off, they're going to be looking for us, man. Hey, me and the brother was on the same wavelength, and they're not going to find us. You know, we might be flying. The Lord may give us spiritual power. We might be flying, might be in a different state or something. Or the Lord may put us in a situation where we see you getting destroyed, and the Lord going to put that cold spirit on the men of the Lord, and we just going to be laughing at you, man. That's what that scripture means. The men of the Lord are going to be laughing at you because you chose simplicity over this truth. And that's ultimately how the Lord set things up. He doesn't want everybody to get this wisdom, you know. So in that moment, you know, because as we were talking to them at camp, you know, seemed like they was dealing, but hey, they was distracted the whole time. Like, come on, man. We're trying to have a man-to-man conversation, and you looking all the way around and all this stuff, you know. Once again, this truth just ain't for everybody, you know. This is 2 Chronicles 15 and 13, that whosoever will not seek the Lord Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And in that group, you have men, women, children, and they all scattered, man. They didn't, from what it seemed like, they didn't sincerely take the wisdom that we gave them, man. You know, they could not hold the wisdom that we gave them. It's like they were a broken vessel, as I read at camp. You know, hey, they were a broken vessel, which I may get that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get this real quick. It's Job 28 and 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that is wisdom. And you just running off like that, it just shows you couldn't hold this wisdom. You don't have wisdom, man. And apart from evil is understanding, you know, to be swayed by simple things, man. You have no understanding. This is Sirach 21 and verse 11. He that keepeth the law of the Lord Yahweh Shai getteth the understanding. We trying to give you wisdom. Show you that you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. But you don't want to hear that, man. And the perfection of the fear of the Lord Yahweh Shai is wisdom. You know, they could have got this wisdom. But the majority of them, you know, rejected knowledge as we was giving them. They looked at us, just went their way. So, you know, they're going to be destroyed, man. Slaki, I'm looking for that scripture. This is, I got it right here. This is Sirach 21 and verse 12. He that is not wise will not be taught. And how their actions show that they're not wise. We were given them the, getting ahead of myself, we were given them the wisdom and they could not hold it. As we'll read, but there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness. The knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood. You see that? You know, you look at our apostles and elders and brothers on down, man, they have so much knowledge. Man, they forgot more things than most people on this earth have remembered, man. They have more wisdom, you know, and you come into this fold and you grow up and you obtain more wisdom, man. You know, your actions show that you're an elder in this walk. Yeah, you may not be an elder, but you conduct yourself as an elder, you know, and you're giving wisdom to these people no matter what age you are, you know, and it's overflowing and people can see that. But hey, they're going to hate the wisdom that we give them. And his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. You see, hey, we was giving them life. But check this, verse 14. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel. And it's spiritual because I was reading this same scripture at camp. And he will not hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. You see that? He will not hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. They didn't hold the knowledge because they're a broken vessel. They heard it, couldn't contain it. They saw them cars drive by, and they just threw the knowledge away, man. As we'll read, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. But also, as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casts it behind his back. And that's what they did. They cast the wisdom behind their back, you know. And ultimately, that's in the Lord's movie. He doesn't want everybody to get this wisdom, man. As I read in 2 Chronicles 15 to 13, you know, whether small or great, man or woman, you know, children, hey, they're going to get cut down. Matter of fact, I'm going to read Ezekiel 9 and 4, and I'll go ahead and close out on this. It's Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord Yahweh Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's what you see, the men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways, And Lord willing, we of those men, we have that spiritual mark, you know, because, you know, you're going to have the people with the physical mark and you're going to have them with the spiritual mark. And the ones with the spiritual mark are going to be exempt from the judgment that's coming. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Check this, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom the mark is. It began in my sanctuary, and it began at the ancient man which were before the house. So Lord is not a respecter of persons. And in that group of people, all right, that came by our camp, you had older, younger, little children. And since they all despise his word, the Lord is not going to have pity on them. The Lord is not going to have mercy upon them. They heard this word and they cast it away. They're a broken vessel. They couldn't hold the knowledge that we were given unto them, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, so Lord willing, it's edifying when you give all praises going on to Yahweh, by Simeon Dominicans, by Simeon Dominicans, and YASHAMIAHLA, Shalom.